Hi, Ms. Husky. Hi, Mr. Murleader.
Hey.
All right, I believe that Judge Banner is having some issues with Zoom, so he's going to be appearing in the Zoom recording today via phone. So you're not going to see him, but I'm going to bring him in.
Okie dokie.
Thank you, Judge.
And then I'm going to mute and step away and let him do. Actually, his phone just logged out of the waiting room, so let me see if we can get him back in there. As soon as I get him in there, I'll bring him in and I'll let you know. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How are you doing, Ms. Husky?
I'm good. How are you?
Mr. Green, can you hear everything okay? Okay. You're saying stuff, but it's muted.
Well, that's because I'm muted right now.
Oh, okay.
Once, yeah, I'll leave it unmuted for you.
Can you hear me okay, Mr. Green?
Sir.
All right, there you go. All right, good.
Can you hear him okay, Mr. Murleader? I know we've had to make some adjustments with our microphones, but can you hear him okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good. All right. I think Judge Banner just called back in. Let's see if we can get him on the horn, as he would like to say.
Hello.
Judge Banner, are you there?
Yeah, I've had a heck of a time trying to get in.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, well, you are in now, and Mr. Murleader and Miss Husky are present via Zoom, and Mr. Green is present in the courtroom, and you're in open court right now. Miss Grisham is ready to go, so whenever you're ready to call the case, Judge Banner, you go ahead.
All right, State of Texas versus Green. This is a motion, the defendant's motion for continuance, jury scheduled for next Monday morning. So I guess, counsel, I've read. I guess it's your third motion. I've read it, so I'm listening.
So, Judge, I spoke with my client earlier this afternoon, and I spoke with Ms. Husky, and I am not going to urge this motion for continuance. We are announcing ready. What I spoke with Ms. Husky about was that my biggest concern was the Brady notice concerning Mickey Henson, and secondary to that was trying to develop a response to the state's motion for amended list of witnesses, and third to that was the amended indictment. So for those reasons, I had filed the motion, but I'm not going to urge it because as the state might say, that I have the opportunity of subpoenaing Mickey Henson for trial, and we don't know the full reason for why there was an investigation or possible dismissal of his constable position. Ms. Husky told me that he is considering resigning or is in the process of resigning. So we're not even sure yet if he has resigned. What I know for sure is the state is not calling him as a witness, and I have the opportunity of subpoenaing him. I've spoken to Mr. Green about that, and at this point, I don't intend to subpoena him because I don't believe that his Brady notice is going to be relevant to our case.
Well, that based on what I saw in the Brady information supplied to you after hearing, what was it, on Monday, I guess, it suggested that he was based, if true, is that in a totally different case, the constable might have been backing up a fellow officer when it wouldn't have been justified to do so. That's a polite way I know how to put it, but that's what it sounded like. But
Right.
It didn't sound like it would have had anything to do with the allegations against the defendant, Mr. Green.
That's right.
So if you're not urging your motion, well, then there's not anything for me to act on.
Well, Judge, I've asked for
But you did. But I want to raise one. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
Judge, I did file a motion for discovery, and it basically requests any kind of reports, body cam, dash cam, pictures in association with whatever the state might get regarding that Brady notice with Mickey Henson.
Okay.
I file that to make sure that the court had that in its possession.
Well, I have not seen it. all day long, the internet service that I subscribe to is, it's kind of gone on and off, and I reboot a bunch of stuff, and it'll stay on for a little bit, although it runs very slowly over the last 2 days. And I'm not, so I cannot call up my email. So I don't know what else you filed after I looked at it, I guess this morning, or it might have been yesterday, late, it might have been last night or this morning as I checked the filings.
It was just,
But obviously, if there's anything that the state has that could be under Brady and its progeny, I would expect them to forthwith comply. There was a thing that you put in your motion for continuance, was a complaint about a late filing of additional witnesses, which apparently seemed to be the complainant's wife, and I can't remember what the identity of the other one was. So, did you want to discuss that now?
Judge, I did speak with Ms. Husky about that. I believe the state is within their 7 days of providing that notice. And
Okay.
I've asked Ms. Husky to just, provide a short memo on what the witness's testimony might be, and to supplement it whenever she visits with them. Judge, I just wanted to quickly also put my client on voir dire just about the motion for continuance.
Okay, that's fine. Obviously, I can hear voices, but there's no image that I can see. Mr. Green, you were sworn in as a witness in this case. You
Yes.
still with me?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, you were sworn in and you would remain under oath. So counsel, go ahead with your proof.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Green, you and I spoke this morning and this afternoon about this motion for continuance that I had filed. Is that right?
Yes.
And there's a few reasons I've listed in this motion, and I apologize. When we meet tomorrow, I'll give you a full copy of everything. But there's a few reasons that I've listed in this motion, and all of that, I believe, can be settled prior to trial. And because you've been waiting for more than 2 years for this trial, I did not want to delay this further. Do you remember us having that conversation, sir?
Yes, I do. But I have a question once you get done.
Okay. I also talked to
Okay,
you about,
Mr. Counsel, let me tell Mr. Green something. My understanding from talking with the coordinator this morning is that if we do not use this jury, the next time we can get a slot in the District Court of Van Zandt County would be in October. That's nearly a full year from now.
oh, wow.
So I'm glad we're going to be able to proceed because obviously is that Mr. Green has asked for a jury trial, and of course the constitutions, both Texas and federal, guarantee the right to a speedy public trial, and it's not very speedy, but I'd hate to see another delay, especially a delay of another year.
Yeah, neither do we, Your Honor. And you heard that just now, Mr. Green. If we had asked for a continuance and urged it and the court granted it, the next trial setting would be in October of next year.
Yes, sir, I heard that.
Okay, and that's another reason why I would not want to urge this, because you've been waiting so long. You've wanted your day in court, and at this point, we're ready as we can be to try your case. Is that right?
Yes, I believe you are.
And is your question related to something that I can answer without the judge or Ms. Husky being present?
But you probably can. Give me go ahead and ask it now.
No, just wait for us to talk later. Just
Okay.
give me a call and you can ask the question. Let me just finish here. So, Mr. Green, I've told you about how I do not want to call Mickey Henson, and I've already asked the state for a memorandum whenever they get any kind of witness statements. And I've also talked with you about how we're going to resolve the state's amended indictment. Do you have any kind of issues with any of those?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. All right, Mr. Green, at this point, I'll just ask you, is there anything that you wish to be heard on this motion for continuance?
But catch it long as we have a trial. That's all I want.
All right,
You know. I mean, I asked for a trial, so I want a trial.
yes, sir. And I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Ms. Husky, any questions?
Your Honor, given that this is for limited purposes of the continuance, I do not have any questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't make out what you just said.
I'm sorry, Judge. I said, given that this is for limited purposes as it relates to the continuance, I don't have any questions for Mr. Green.
Okay, great. Okay, well, I guess this, unless somebody's got something else, I guess we'll adjourn, and I'll see everybody Monday.
Your Honor, just briefly for the record, I will provide any supplement and memorandum as it rolls in if I find anything out between now and the week of trial regarding Mr. Henson.
Okay. Counsel, I've got one question. You've got an expert witness lined up. You expect his or her availability once the state rests?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Ms. Husky about when I was going to put him on. So the plan right now is that once the jury is picked, we just got a chat message from Judge Martin saying that we will not be able to start evidence until Tuesday. So if that's the case, then I have.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He's picking a second jury. So obviously we'll be kind of messed up there for a while.
Okay.
So will that make any problem for you and your witness?
Well, I told him to be available on Tuesday afternoon. I believe the state can rest. And, I believe that they're going to have maybe 3 or 4 witnesses overall. And then once they rest, I can put up my expert immediately.
Right.
So I think that would be
Good.
in Tuesday itself.
Okay.
I agree, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, the auctioneer is about to put the gavel down. The third, unless somebody's got something.
Judge Banner, this is Judge Martin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not regards to this hearing, but I do, whenever the participants leave the Zoom, I would like to talk to you real quick just about logistics for Monday morning for you and I.
Well, do you want me to hang on, or you want me to call you back?
Well, I want you to, I think hang on, it'll be fine. And you know what, if it's okay, I think Ms. Husky and Mr. Murray may be interested, but due to the low kind of turnout that we've been getting with our jury panels, and I think we've requested 400 for this one, I would ask that we not split the panel into, I would just ask that we don't split the panel, because I'm concerned that if we split the panel, I may not be able to get a panel in the afternoon due to the nature of my case being a 25 to life. We tried to get a panel for this specific case that I will be trying next week also, and it's already busted once. And so I would just ask that you bring the whole panel in the morning. Y'all voir dire the whole panel. You pick your 12, and then whoever's not selected, order them to come back in the afternoon.
We'll have them all come back for the afternoon session for your jury.
And of course, we're going to, I say we as in my portion of the trial, of the second trial, of course, we are going to not be in the courtroom. We're going to allow you all to bring your jury in this courtroom, and my case will be being tried simultaneous, but we're going to go to another facility so that you can have the comforts of the courtroom.
Well, listen, Judge, we can relocate if that's,
No, not at all.
I've held court under a shade tree and city halls and all kind of places. So
no, not at all. Not at all. You're a guest, and so I want you and Miss Husky and Mr. Murleader and Mr. Green to not have to worry about that aspect, and we'll worry about all those other things. But if you'll just take that whole panel, keep them all together for you, and then send them all back for me, I'd be grateful.
My understanding, they're due to report, but we probably won't have the list to actually start voir dire to 10 o'clock or close to 10, right?
No, I don't anticipate that. I think you'll have your list. I think you'll be seated ready to qualify the panel by 9 a.m., probably before.
Okay. Well, I'm planning on being there at 8:30, and then then get them qualified, and then hear the excuses. I'm probably not going to be real generous on letting people off the hook until I know we got an adequate number.
Yes, sir. I believe you'll be qualifying the jury by 9, and you'll most likely be having your revised list by 9:30, 9:45, and actual beginning jury selection, probably 9:45 to 10 would be my anticipation.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Hey, you're very welcome. Sorry to interject there, but I wanted everyone to be aware.
Well, your coordinator had briefed me a little bit on that already.
And that's all I have, Judge.
So, okay. Well, I guess this concludes the meeting. So see you Monday. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Green, I'll give you a call, okay?